So hi everyone. Today we're discussing about a very interesting library that helps you build different types of classifier using LLMs. That is scikit-learn LLM. So let's get started. So we will be demonstrating here how you can build a basic classifier, a few shot learning classifier, a zero shot learning classifier, and a multi-level classifier. So let's see. So first of all, you need to pip install scikit-llm as you can see, and then eventually you need to import skllm config from where you need to set up your OpenAI API key. Here you can set up your API key. Once you're done with it, so first of all, we'll try to build out a basic classifier. So in this case, you can import any sort of classifier. So here I'm importing the zero shot GPT classifier for now, and then importing this particular function to build a dummy data set, get classification data x comma y. Now here you can see that what is our training data set. These are sentences, and y are different labels are positive, neutral, negative. So basically sentiment classification data set. Now for a basic classifier to build, you don't need to do anything. You need to create a zero shot GPT classifier object. You can use any other classifier as I will show you. Any classifier you can use until unless in the fit you're providing the data set, eventually it will become a basic classifier only. So once you're providing the whole data set for any of the classifier object, it becomes a basic classifier, and eventually you can call the cllm.predict. So it is very very similar to what we do in sklearn. You create an object for any of the classifier, be logistic regression, SVM, random forest, and eventually you just need to fit your data x comma y. Here also you are doing the same thing, but no pre-processing is also required, and LLM is taking care of everything. So this is how you can build a basic classifier. Now talking about a few shot classifier. So in case of few shot, what we would be doing is nothing changes, but just the classifier changes. Few shot GPT classifier. So in the first case, we were using zero shot classifier. Now we are using few shot classifier. So just for the demonstration purpose, we are creating the same classification data set, but doing a training test spread so that eventually, in case of few shot, we are using just a few samples. So I think you all must be clear with the idea what is few shot learning, where we have very very less training sample, but we have some samples. So in this case, what we are doing is eventually we are splitting the classification data set just for demonstration purpose and fitting it over the smaller number of samples, because here you can see that I have set the test size as 0.9. So the training size becomes 0.1. So eventually we would having just a few test cases out of, I think the data set was about 30 samples. So eventually 3 to 4 samples would be coming, and hence few shot classifier you can build using skllm. The third is a zero shot classifier where we won't be providing any data set and doing a direct classification. So in this case you don't need to do anything. You, while calling the fit, the x becomes your none and the y becomes a different sentiments you wish to classify, because we are not providing any data set. In case of zero shot classification, you don't have any labels, you don't have any training data set. In case of you, we have some data set, and in case of basic classifier, we have ample data set for a classification problem. So here you can see that in zero shot we are not providing any data set, but just providing the ground truth and then doing a direct prediction. Now the last one is a multi-label zero shot. So it is also very similar to what we did in the above case, but we are just importing a different types of classifier, multi-label zero shot GPT classifier. In this case, we are importing just the zero shot GPT classifier. Multi-label we are mentioning because we need to have multiple outputs. So here we have made all the candidate labels, and then eventually we are fitting with none and the candidate labels. What we did in zero shot GPT, where we are providing the labels also. In case of multi-label zero shot GPT classifier, we are also setting up the maximum labels to output, and then doing a direct prediction over the training data set. So here you can see that how you can build out different types of classification models using LLM, using the skllm package. Eventually we discussed about how you can go for a multi-label zero shot, few shot, and a basic classification model. So do try it out and let me know.